Good afternoon. My name is Tim, and today I'm going to be discussing the findings of my feasibility report. Thank you for coming in today to my audience, my coworkers, and I will be talking about the question that I used for my feasibility report. Does the implementation of recovery coaches in jails benefit the inmates in addiction and to help them stay clean and become productive citizens after incarceration? The purpose of my report is to discuss the implementation of recovery coaches in jails and be able to examine the benefits of inmates to help them stay clean in and out of society as a whole. We want to be able to have programs for them so they don't end up in the circle of going into jails and prisons, coming in and out, doing crimes. We want them to be productive citizens with education and treatment programs that we can offer. So approximately half of the population we have in jails and prisons have an addiction or substance abuse. In many cases, they've been incarcerated because of an act, a criminal act that they have done while being on a controlled substance. When a person is incarcerated for a long time, they don't get the help that they need. They don't get the treatment programs that should be offered. A lot of jails and prisons don't have the education, the money, the tools needed to be able to train these individuals to help them with their addictions. So it's a constant circle of them coming in and out. Typical drugs that you find in jails and individuals that are in and out: marijuana, cocaine, opiates, and as well as methamphetamines. When a person is incarcerated for a long period of time, they have usually withdrawals, and this can become very ill and make a person sick that is not able to get the treatment that they may need. It's also risky behavior not to be able to treat individuals that have this type of addiction. One of every 100 citizens is currently incarcerated. The United States incarcerates more people per capita than any other developed nation. Between 1996 and 2006, the population rose by 12%. The number of adults incarcerated rose by 33%. 2.3 million inmates, and the number of inmates who were substance involved shot up by 43%, making 1.9 million inmates. Programs like substance abuse treatment can help become a better citizen when released. They have job training, literacy classes, education, and if these programs are introduced and are provided for inmates and prisoners, you have the better chance of a lower risk of that individual returning back to the system. So in this figure that I have, it describes some certain percentages of individuals that if they participated in a program, how this would benefit. And there's a lot of different programs here, such as the education, life skill programs, literacy training programs, just to be able to help that individual when they finish their term or sentence, that they'd be able to have the skills that they need for a job outside. So it's important to have these programs to keep somebody sober. You have different types of programs with Alcoholics Anonymous, NA, Narcotics Anonymous, Smart Recovery. Recently, back in 2018, I took a 40-hour educational class to become a certified recovery coach. And I did that at a treatment center called Pathways in Kiel, Wisconsin. It helped me understand the difference that individuals that are incarcerated face inside of the jail or prison, and what they need to do to overcome sort of their objectives, to be able to have a clean head, to be able to focus when they get out. You have not only the treatment that is needed, but the aftercare and support also. So I'm hoping that I'm able to guide others with the tools that they need to be able to keep on the recovery road, being full of sobriety. There's also opportunities for the prosecutors and the courts to be able to work together with programs to be able to keep the people on the streets and narrow what they need to be able to focus on helping them with long-term sobriety. You have an individual that needs help, and you have to have the right tools to be able to help them. So hopefully in the next couple of years, when I continue my education here, I'll be able to have the tools that I'll be able to need to help those people on those roads to recovery. We want to also have the safe environments and to be able to get them to whatever therapy they need, whether it be once a week, twice a week, aftercare programs. But we also want to be able to hold them to their recovery. Being held accountable is number one. You're in charge of yourself, and we need to provide the tools for you to be able to succeed. So when you look at the big picture, education is needed for substance abuse and addiction, but you also have to look at the mental health side of things. And I'm pretty excited to be able to start my classes here, my core classes in the AODA program. I'd really appreciate any feedback on this report. I'm very excited to have my hopes and dreams come true as a recovery coach and a AODA counselor in the future. I'm thankful for this opportunity for you guys to be able to sit here today and listen to my report. Any questions?